Yo, this is Omah Lay, and you're listening to Sarah Harrison in the Trap.
Lady in the trap, yeah, the ladies get in the trap with their fellas and they hold them down, and she one of them. You know what I mean? She one of the girls gonna hold you down. You smell me? You feel that, don't you? Feel that, don't you?
Definitely an unorthodox way of in the trap, but I had to bring this guest on just because it just brought excitement back to music, and I feel like he's moving the current into a really good direction. He's all the way from Nigeria. Omah Lay is in the chat with me. What's good?
I'm alright. I'm alright.
Lucky for some, you're in Nigeria.
Yeah, I'm in Nigeria. I love my place. I love my home. I love my country.
We can see that, we can hear that in the music. And first of all, I wanna check on you as a person. You know, we've been going through so much in 2020. And it seems crazy that you released your debut in 2020, but you as a person, like, how have you been feeling this year? You know, what's been going through your mind, your emotions? How are you feeling?
It's not been easy for me. Um, it's not been an easy year, and I know a lot of people out there are feeling the same way. The whole COVID-19 lockdown and everything just wasn't good. It was such a bad year. But I'm grateful the way the whole thing played out. You know, nobody, no, you can't tell where honey. You couldn't tell that as sweet as honey is if it's coming from a bee. Like I didn't believe that. As rough as this year, my EP would come out this much. Yeah, I'm grateful.
So did you have a plan for the EP to drop in May, or did things get pushed in certain directions?
Yeah, things got pushed a bit. Yeah, because I released my official single "You" on February 14th, and I was supposed to put the EP out in the next month, March, and because of the whole lockdown and um, the whole thing, I had to push the EP further away. So yeah, it happened that we couldn't push it any further, so we just agreed to. I and my team just agreed to put it out by May.
It has made an impact. I don't think that COVID has necessarily thrown any bad energy onto it. I feel like you brought the good energy to us. I mean, it's such good vibes. Let's take it back to the beginning. So yes, you are born in Port-Harcourt, right? River State, Nigeria. So
Yes, I was born in Port-Harcourt.
I believe you come from a musical family. You have such a rich culture in musicians, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm not. I was born in a family where I never met my granddad, but my parents told me a lot of stories about him and how he played drums for, how he played percussion for um, a lot of high life singers as of the time he was alive. And but the person they always point out to me was Celestine Ukwu. He was such a very good. I still listen to him up till today. So yeah, I was born in Port-Harcourt in a family where yeah, basically, my dad was playing drums, but not professionally. He basically just drums on everything in the house. Yeah, but that was the kind of family I grew up in. I grew up listening to Highlife music, and I grew up listening to a lot of Drake. I grew up listening to Drake a whole lot. So,
Wow, that was a big contrast.
yeah, yeah, I was listening to a whole lot of Highlife and a whole lot of Drake, and I was a point. I wanted to be so much like Drake. I just wanted to be Drake, as a matter of fact. But I grew up to realize that I have to be who I am. So, yeah, I grew up in such a background.
Yeah, it's actually surprising that you dropped that name because I don't see any like ideas of Drake in you. I think you're super identifiable. Like your identity is so strong, and that's why I loved and gravitated to your music so much. I was like, this
Thank you.
kid, this kid is himself. I mean, people have this Afro Fusion term to the genre, right? But in your
hmm
own words, how do you describe that, and how does that steer your process? Because you produce your own stuff, right?
Yeah, I produce a lot of my stuff. I produced two songs off the Get Late EP, Bad Influence and Lolo. And you know, I don't like at the end I make Afrobeat and the fusion of these and that. I don't like being boxed in one particular type of place. Like yo, do this. This is how it should sound. I like to touch, every single angle that I could get my hand on. Music is really big, and I feel like I could do a lot with music. So I don't want to get myself boxed in saying, yo, I do just this. So yeah, at the end, I'm an Afrobeat artist, and I make Afro Fusion. Yeah, I make music at the end of it. Yeah,
Exactly. And that's, I guess, the term fusion makes it broader and it allows you to tap into
do
different,
more.
yeah, cultures, communities across the world. Like that's super important. So
Yeah.
would you say that you gravitated towards percussion first, even when you do approach your productions?
Uh, I don't have like I'm not rigid with my process. I don't have a particular type of way that I do it. Sometimes I write my lyrics, and then I begin to hum melodies. Sometimes percussion. It all depends. Anyway,
Yeah.
it hits me, and I just go that direction. So I don't have like a particular type of way I do it all the time. I just do it any way it comes.
Yeah, and it's important. But of course, percussion is such a driving force in Afrobeat that it's the
Mhm.
heartbeat. It's
Mhm.
literally the heartbeat.
Yeah. Yeah. It is literally everything. The percussion and then the lyrics. Yeah.
Yeah,
In Afrobeat.
yeah. Do you think that's why it makes it such a global sound? You know, anyone can listen to it and be moved, even though sometimes we might not understand the way you phrase your words. Because even like my favorite song, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I'm like,
Oh, for
I had,
real?
I had. That's my shit. I made,
Oh,
I made that my lip pick of the
okay.
week here on the show. Yeah,
For
and
real.
I was like, I had to literally break it down line by line. Like you was getting freaky. What on earth inspired that? So listen, okay. Now that we're getting all right, we're getting into it, okay?
Your favorite song is I mean, out of all the songs on the EP, you chose Yeah Yeah Yeah. For real?
Why are you surprised?
Uh I'm surprised because that song was like um I don't know. It just does. It's just something about the song, the process and how it came out, and everything about the song is just. I've never had enough chance. I've never had enough time to talk about the process and the song. So I'm like, yeah, you choosing the song as your favorite. It's like, I'm glad because I never had anybody told me that that's their favorite.
Wow. But I mean, if you did have time to explain the process, like why was that such a different song to you? Is it because it's like unorthodox in terms of the rhythm and the
I wanted to, like I said earlier, I don't like being boxed in doing one type of thing. Everybody might be, thinking, yeah, this is what I can do. This is just what I can do. But I really love to, explore. I really want to do everything that I can. Yeah. At the time I was making my EP, yeah, yeah, yeah was like, um, I wanted to do something else, right? I did Bad Influence, I did You, I did Lolo, I did Damn. You know, I wanted to go a little bit off the box, You know what I'm saying?
you brought in the trap beats, the
I
orchestra?
decided to bring in a trap beat. I didn't produce myself. I didn't produce, but when I got the beats, there was a lot of beats at the time, but I picked that one and I decided to go naughty on it. So yes, I wanted to do something completely different from what everybody would be expecting. So I did yeah yeah yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, you went from like I think it was Lolo right before that.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, you went from talking to God to to
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, talking to God. Um I've completely forgotten about that talking to God track. Um yeah, I went from talking to God to bad influence, from bad influence to yeah, yeah, yeah at the end. Yeah.
yeah, so many emotions. Like in just a short EP, that's 5 tracks. You talk about like problems in love relationships, like friendship circles, like your inner turmoil, obviously with bad influence, like a sense of like alcohol abuse. It's a lot in one EP. So I'm thinking, where are you gonna take this next?
um, the way the whole thing is going right now, I might just put out a second project. But for now, I'm still all about get late. Yeah, I think the EP is just about a month or a month plus old. So yeah, but the way the whole thing is going, I'm a recording artist. I record music almost on a daily. So yeah, the way the whole thing is going, I might just put out a second project before the year runs out.
Where's been the most surprising place or country that has reached out to you and actually really resonated with you and your music?
Ah, the most surprising country. If you can, what's the most surprising? Where's the most surprising place we've gotten place from? Qatar. Yes, Qatar.
Wow.
Yeah, people reached out from Qatar. Yeah. So
It's crazy
man, I
how
was
much music
surprised. This
spreads.
Afro Beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really crazy. I've never thought of such a place in my entire life. I just heard it in news and sees it on TV, but never thought my music could get there so fast.
Have you done any virtual performances? Because obviously we haven't been
I'm
able
not
to
sure I
travel.
understand.
Oh, what's that?
Virtual performance. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry.
Is that Siri?
Yeah, yeah. Seriously, mistaking your voice. I don't know.
That's funny.
um, virtual performances. I think I've done a few. I've done for please, if you can remind me. Yeah, I did one for Essence first. Yes,
Nice.
that's like the only virtual performance. I haven't had the chance because of the whole COVID to perform in front of people. I've never been on a stage before, so
That's crazy. This is going to be a very interesting journey for you.
yeah, very, 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 very interesting. I really don't know how people are going to react to, me. They love my music, obviously, but I don't know how they're going to react to me, like my person. I don't know if they're going to love who I am. So I've not had the chance to be in front of them, on the stage and just play my songs and.
Mm,
So, but I actually did a virtual performance at Essence. I did one
yeah.
for Essence, and yeah, it is what it is.
Nice. And I mean, you mentioned Drake. Historically, Drake has had a career full of cosigns and him, jumping on remixes and things like that. I guess you won't be
Mm-hmm.
opposed to that, will you? You will never be opposed to that.
I don't know. I don't know. I love him so much. I love his music, and I learned a lot of things from him. Even though I'm making a different type of music, yeah, but I learned a lot of things from him. I basically watched him growing up. I started listening to him from when I was a kid. So a lot of things I learned from him. So don't be surprised when I start acting out some things.
Don't forget, yeah. Don't forget, you have the
Yeah,
sauce. You have the sauce. The
yeah,
sauce is the sauce is
yeah,
yours.
yeah,
Don't let anyone take that away from you, man. Yeah,
Nah,
you're
nah,
you're
nobody can,
very.
ain't nobody taking anything.
So where's the first country you hope to get to as soon as COVID gets better?
The first country I hope to get to. I've been, um, I've been talking so much about the UK. You know, so much love from the UK, and man, if there's actually a country I would love to touch first after this whole COVID is over,
Yeah.
it should be the UK. The UK.
100, 100. We are
Yeah, 100. The
Afro Beat champions here. We love it, and
I could
honestly,
tell. I could tell.
yeah. And I really miss DJing and parties because especially as soon as Afrobeat comes on, everyone is like more together. Everyone is even more in the
hmm
party vibe.
hmm
Like,
yeah, yeah. There's a thing about uniting Afrobeat. There's a thing about Afrobeat and uniting people. Being in the club. Everybody they could be playing some other genres, but as soon as Afrobeat comes up, it feels like there's a more togetherness. Yeah.
I agree, 100%. It's actually very frustrating that this is the first time I'm talking to you over the internet because I'd love to meet you and actually vibe with you. Like, it would be dope. It would be
I would
dope.
love to. I would definitely love to meet you too. I would definitely love to meet you. For
Yeah,
real.
when as soon as you touch down the UK, we'll make it happen again. I'm sure you'll have new material by then.
By then, I'll definitely have new materials.
So, what's your favorite track then? Let's introduce it on the show before we say bye to you.
You know, I really don't have a favorite track. I really don't have a favorite track, but I should pick Yeah 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 right now. I'm gonna pick Yeah Yeah Yeah.
It's your favorite track. Don't lie to me.
Okay, I'm gonna pick Yeah Yeah Yeah.
Amazing. Omah Lay in the Trap with Sarah Harrison, Rinse FM. This has been the introduction to a future superstar. You heard it here first. I'm telling you that.